The final cut is a masterpiece, but the first draft is a war zone. This is Between the Frames. It's 1999. We are on a remote beach in Fiji during the golden hour. Tom Hanks is standing utterly alone in front of a camera. There's no one else on the island, no one else in the scene. There is, however, a volleyball sitting in the sand. Hanks picks it up, looks at it, and with genuine remorse, says, "Wilson, I'm sorry." The crew behind the camera laughs. Director Robert Zemeckis, watching on his monitor, leans forward. He does not call cut. The story of Wilson, the volleyball from Cast Away, is one of the most fascinating accidents in modern film history. It's a lesson in how a simple prop, a mere placeholder, can transform into a film's emotional anchor. But it didn't start that way. Wilson was never designed to be a character. The prop department simply provided a standard Spalding volleyball. The art department took some blood-red acrylic paint and slapped a handprint on it to match the story beat of Chuck Noland cutting his hand. And that was it. No backstory. No personality. No lines. In the language of filmmaking, Wilson was just a reference point, something for Tom Hanks to direct his eyeline toward so he wasn't acting against empty air. This is standard practice, a technical tool to help an actor ground their performance when they are alone in a shot. The plan was simple: get the shot, and the volleyball goes back in the prop box. But on the very first day of filming the island scenes, something shifted. Hanks, needing a name for his reference point, simply used the one printed on the ball, Wilson. And then, he started talking to it. Not just reciting lines to an object, but genuinely interacting with it. He started apologizing to Wilson. He argued with it. He'd even expressed that he missed it when it was out of frame. Robert Zemeckis noticed this immediately. An ordinary director might have reminded his star to stick to the script, to remember the volleyball was just a prop. But Zemeckis saw something else happening. He saw an actor finding a profound, unscripted way into the character's crushing loneliness. So instead of intervening, he adapted. He started moving the camera, framing Wilson not as an object, but as a co-star. He began shooting two shots, with Hanks and the volleyball sharing the frame as equals. He lit the volleyball with the same care he would an actor, capturing the light on its face to give it presence. Zemeckis never told Hanks to stop. He simply created the space for this strange, beautiful relationship to develop. The production of Cast Away was famously grueling, split across a year to allow Tom Hanks to gain and then lose over 50 pounds. This long, discontinuous shoot only deepened the bond between actor and prop. Over those 4 months on the island, the volleyball became a repository for every fear, every hope, every desperate thought that Chuck Noland couldn't say to the empty air. The lines blurred. Hanks wasn't just acting lonely. He was experiencing a manufactured, yet palpable, form of isolation, and Wilson was his only confidant. So what is it that makes Wilson work so spectacularly well? It's not a performance in the traditional sense. The magic of Wilson lies in the audience's full awareness of the reality of the situation. We know the ball isn't real. We know Chuck, and by extension Hanks, is talking to himself. Crucially, we also know that he knows it too. Wilson becomes a mirror. Chuck isn't pretending the ball is a person. He's pretending to pretend. He's consciously creating a companion to survive the psychological torment of solitude. And it's in that gap, that space between reality and the survival-driven fantasy, where the true grief of the story lives. This is why the film's climax on the raft is so devastating. When Wilson floats away, we're not crying for lost volleyball. The object itself is worthless. We are crying for a man so profoundly starved for contact that he poured his entire soul, his sanity, into a piece of rubber and leather, creating a friend from a logo and his own blood. It's a testament to Hanks's improvised genius. That entire sequence, his desperate swim, his gut-wrenching apology, it was take 47. Zemeckis gave him no specific direction. He just let the raw, agonizing truth of the moment play out. In a later interview, Zemeckis summed up his contribution with beautiful simplicity: "My job on Cast Away was mostly to stay out of the way." By recognizing the organic power of what was happening and choosing to nurture it rather than control it, he allowed Wilson to become the film's emotional spine without a single word of scripted dialogue. The impact was so significant that the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences seriously considered nominating the volleyball for Best Supporting Actor. They ultimately didn't, but the fact that the conversation even happened speaks volumes. It's a story that proves that sometimes the best performances aren't directed. They are permitted. Today, One of the original Wilson props sits in a glass case at the Academy Museum. Visitors stop and look at it. Some are smiling, remembering the absurdity of a man yelling at a sports ball. And some are not, remembering the profound tragedy it represented. It's a monument not just to a great film, but to the power of improvisation and the wisdom of a director who knew when to just let his actors act. Thanks for watching. For more stories the script never told, subscribe to Between the Frames.